When I was about 7 years old, my mother worked at a restaurant, and I would go to that restaurant and the waitresses would spoil me by giving me milkshakes and everything. I kind of grew up with a fascination of the restaurant business, and then moved to Southern Oregon when I was 10 years old. And then I went to work for my then father-in-law who built restaurant equipment. Basically, it just seems like my life kind of revolved around the restaurant business. I left home when I was 13, and my principal encouraged me to become an architect. At that point, I left Eagle Point, where I grew up, and went to Benson Tech and took a 4-year course in architecture. I combined my experience in the restaurant with architecture. I was running restaurants and designing restaurants. And I'd always wanted a restaurant that looked nice from every direction. When the opportunity came to build that restaurant in Hermiston, I had pretty well designed a layout that I thought would look good from every direction. And so I developed that and opened that up, and it was the very first Shari's. Shari was my wife at the time, so I named him after her. She was the best cook I knew. I worked particularly hard on this logo, and I was particularly proud of it because it kind of told a story. In developing the Shari's chain, I built 34 units in 7 western states in 4.5 years. I put 6,000 hours in the sky flying from various of those locations to develop them. I decided, that the Shari's had to be a kind of a homey, warm environment with really good food. And that's what the focus was to develop Shari's.
Welcome to Sharis.
Welcome to Sharis. Welcome to Sharis.
Bienvenidos a Sharis.
Welcome to Sharis.
Welcome to Sharis.
Welcome to Sharis. Welcome to Sharis.
Bienvenidos al Sharis.
I'm a server. I'm also a supervisor.
I'm a cook and I'm also a trainer.
In my position, I am the server. I like to help out as a supervisor. I started as a host. I moved to a server trainer, and a store supervisor.
I love the customers. They're like my family, and that's where I enjoy being.
My favorite dish is breakfast. Is a spring omelet. It's one of my favorites. Me and my family, every time we go eat to Sharis, we always order the spring omelet.
My favorite dish is the country fried steak.
I love being in a tight-knit area. You get to know so many of the local customers that live here, and you just feel part of it.
Family is one of the big things. We always think about places where it's family welcome, so it's about family.
Shari's is always open, always welcoming, and we're here for people that need that. There's a lot of people that work graveyard, or the kids are upset, so they get up in the middle of the night and need somewhere to take them for a change of scenery, and we're here.
And I say now they're still famous for pies, but I think the way that began was I wanted the pies to be particularly good. And the only way to really have good pies is to have a grandma type make them. To make a pie, we always recruited a grandma type lady to bake our pies. Didn't make any money on them, didn't care to. We just wanted a really good product.
We rolled out the pie crust dough. We made the pies. We did yeast risen dinner rolls. We had our own beer batter for deep fried foods.
When I started here, it was more old-fashioned. We were just handing our handwritten checks to the cook, and we had a very set way of writing the order so that the cook could understand, and now it's all sent back to a computer. And
computers was a big change for me. I'm not a computer person. I have no computer at home.
It's really improved our system a lot, I feel.
You get to meet a lot of different people, hear a lot of different stories. They become almost like family.
Very loving people here. I'm blessed and I'm fortunate to have been here this many years knowing this many good people. That is the truth.
The management's really good. The people are great. I work with some of my best friends.
I think the fact that it's still core family values, that hasn't changed. And that's been the neat thing with Shari's, is that it's still about the guest, the team member. It's that family environment that's welcoming.
I feel good. I feel so comfortable to working here. I feel like it's my family.
I told the boss this morning that it's really nice to feel like you're recognized.
Whether it's a guest, a team member, a vendor, everybody is family.
Do what you love to do because you're going to be working most of your life, so better like it. And I love being a waitress.
I've monitored what they've done and how they've grown, and I'm enormously proud of how the company has operated and how they've expanded and how they've maintained the values that I did my best to institute in the business. I am very proud of having founded such a wonderful company.